Once upon a time, there was an island full of life. Children laughing, fishermen sailing, and families praying in a small wooden church. This island was called Holland Island, located in the middle of Chesapeake Bay, Maryland, USA. It was named after Daniel Holland, an English settler who arrived there in the late 1600s. For more than 2 centuries, it stood strong home to over 350 residents, with schools, churches, and colorful wooden houses facing the calm blue waters. Life was peaceful until nature began to fight back. The soil of Holland Island was made of soft clay, and the ocean started to eat it away inch by inch. Storms grew stronger, waves hit harder, and the sea slowly began to swallow the land. People tried to save it. They built wooden walls, piled rocks, and prayed every night, but nothing could stop the rising water. By the early 1900s, houses began to crack and sink, streets vanished under the waves, and families left their homes behind. In 1918, the last residents finally abandoned the island, leaving only silence behind. For decades, one last house kept standing, a lonely, broken wooden home surrounded by endless water, a haunting reminder of what once was. And in 2010, that final house collapsed into the sea, marking the end of Holland Island forever. What was once a home is now just water and memory. Proof that no matter how strong we build, nature always wins in the end. Water wave crying face, but even though Holland Island is gone, its story didn't disappear. Beneath the waves, the remains of old bricks, wooden beams, and church stones still lie quietly, whispering stories of the people who once called it home. Some sailors say, on calm nights, you can still hear the echo of the church bell ringing from under the sea, as if the island itself refuses to be forgotten. Scientists now use Holland Island as a warning, a real example of how climate change and rising sea levels can erase entire communities. What happened here isn't just history. The local church was one of the last standing buildings. The people prayed, asking God to save their island, but even faith could not fight the rising sea. By 1914, the church's foundation began to crumble, and within a few years, it fell into the waves. In 1918, the final residents packed their belongings and left Holland Island forever. Only the birds, the tides, and the silence remained. For many decades after that, one lonely house refused to fall. It stood proudly in the middle of the bay, half submerged, surrounded by nothing but water. It became a symbol of resistance, a reminder of human hope standing against nature's power. Photographers from all over the world came to capture it. People called it the last house on Holland Island. But even legends can't last forever. In 2010, after nearly 100 years of standing alone, the final house collapsed into the sea. The image of that moment, the wooden walls breaking apart and disappearing into the waves, became one of the most haunting symbols of climate change in American history. Today, Holland Island lies completely underwater. Only a few broken wooden posts and scattered bricks can be seen when the tide is low. But its legacy continues to echo in environmental studies and climate research around the world. Scientists often visit the site to study coastal erosion, sea level rise, and human displacement caused by environmental change. What happened here is not an isolated story. Similar islands in the Chesapeake Bay, like Sharp's Island, James Island, and Smith Island, are slowly eroding too. The ocean is rising,